Warning, this podcast contains spoilers. What's up, everyone, and welcome to the SC9TV podcast for Once Upon a Time, Season 4, Episode 14, Unforgiven. I'm your host, Dom. With me is my co-host, Clio.
Hello.
And my co-host, Rachel.
Hello.
How's it going, ladies?
Good.
So, they wasted no time. They found some clues. Regina especially was just like, oh, this paper feels really different. Yep. And, I mean, it isn't direct clues to who the author is, but it's a step in what they believe to be the right, or Regina more so believes to be in the right direction.
Mm.
So,
it's the only direction they got.
It is. It's right now, it's the only obvious thing that they have to look at.
Definitely.
And it's the fact that, Pinocchio, aka
August,
took the book apart at one point and put it back together. So he may have found something that the rest didn't. So what better person to ask than Pinocchio himself?
I think a good question to ask is the page that has Regina and Robin kissing the same kind of paper as the paper that August put in the book?
I would assume that it is, because I think that's something Regina would have realized already.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she's the one that realized, oh, this page feels different than the rest of the book. So I think she would have realized that with that page as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
But little boy Pinocchio has no clue what was going on, so he didn't retain any of his adulthood memories, which I think we already kind of knew.
Yeah. Once he went back to clean slate.
Yeah. So, they try to question him. Regina starts getting pretty nasty about it.
Yeah.
Well, she's kind of fed up. She wants her happy ending. She's kind of upset and, emotions.
I want to go back in this episode and count how many times they said happy endings.
Quite a few.
Everybody said it multiple times.
Yeah. Do you think the show is approaching its happy ending? How far do you guys see this show going? Not how far do you want it to go, because I think we all want it to go forever, but how far do you realistically think that the show is gonna go?
I don't know.
What is this, 4th season? Who knows?
I think if they wanted to go far, they should shuffle up the cast a little more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The major players.
They're kind of shuffling things right now, it seems like.
Yeah.
It is. And
they're stirring the pot just a little bit.
A lot of shuffle.
I mean, all this stuff with the queens and everything, it's got me worried about Rumple. And there's rumors that Robert Carlyle may not be signing on for additional seasons, and we all know what happens to villains on the show, and it seems like even though we have the Queens of Darkness here, the real villain is still Rumple.
I think obviously he's pulling the strings.
Yeah. So I'm kind of worried about that.
I'm kind of worried that, well, I'm not really worried, but I have a feeling Maleficent's going to be like, hey, girls.
Hey, girls, what?
Let's double-cross Mr. Rumple over here.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's totally a possibility. But, I mean, I last season, I would have said, yeah, I'm worried he's not coming back, because I liked him last season. But now he's like, he's done bad things, he's doing worse things, and I think this is, if they were going to phase Rumple out, now is the time.
Yeah? You think?
Yeah.
He's letting his emotions run him, so it's a different Rumple.
Yeah, he's never been like this kind of.
He's broken. He's heartbroken. He's broken down inside. He's different. It's not. He maybe
Yeah. ever so slightly.
I can't help but think that there's still something wrong with Rumple, and I know that you guys don't want to believe that, and you know, you're just
depends on what you mean by wrong.
I mean, like a residual effect of something that had happened, like some kind of curse or something. I don't think Rumple's himself.
No, he's not, and I think we had a discussion similar to this, and I don't think it's like a magical residual effect. I think it's a mental effect. I think something cracked. He got so paranoid and so worried he was going to lose everything that he ended up
losing everything.
Losing everything
because he was paranoid.
Yeah,
I think it's something that can be fixed with him. I think we can still get a redemption story out of him, but a lot
maybe
of
if he goes talk to Mr. Hopper.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
a lot of people's redemption stories end with their death, though, in this show.
That's true. But I mean, yeah, for the town therapist, he's inexplicably absent. I think a lot of people need to go see Dr. Hopper.
I was gonna say he'd make a pretty good living if they actually went and saw him, because these people are making a mess of their lives.
Yeah, exactly.
Lee Silver is saying in chat that he wants 8 years, but he's heard as few as 5 years. And
5 years from now?
No, 5 years. 5 years total. Season 5.
So would be like what next?
If next year's the last season, I'll cry.
I doubt it.
I couldn't handle that.
There's too much going on.
I realistically think the show can go 8 seasons, no problem.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I also think that it's my feelings might change depending on how this season finale goes. If this season finale goes a certain way, I might be okay with one more season. It depends on what turn they take.
Yeah, and I mean, if Robert Carlyle is leaving the show, if that is true, which we don't know because it's all rumor, you know.
Rumor mill.
He's the backbone of this show, whether you want to believe it or not, because anytime they show a flashback, he's in it. If you remember season 1, season 1, they couldn't do a character development scene without Rumple being involved in some way, shape, or form. Every single time you'd see a character, all of a sudden there's Rumple looking over his shoulder. He was involved with Frankenstein. He's involved with the Mad Hatter. He's involved with Cinderella. Cinderella was so minor, but he was Cinderella's fairy godmother. Like, are you kidding me?
That was hilarious. But I mean, as much as it's Regina's curse, Rumple put it in motion. Rumple did all the legwork.
He told her where she could find the...
He manipulated everything to fall into place.
Yeah. I mean, I'm worried.
He had to have a reason for it, and we...
But that brings up...
And it had to been more than just finding a son. There was something else.
Yeah.
Why he set this in motion the way he did.
That brings up a good question, though. Like, are villains made, or are they born?
I think... From what we've seen, they're made.
They're a little bit of both, I think.
On purpose, by accident.
Because I think that's going to be the struggle of trying to figure out this whole season with Emma.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was kind of, the big secret, you know, they're starting to reveal, you know, and then we get Snow talking to Regina, and she confides in Regina. She's like, look, I had a secret. I couldn't keep your secret for you. But I'm going to trust you with my secret. My secret is Emma has the potential to be the darkest heart, whatever, you know, like she's a very evil person.
She has potential to, but they took so much.
Right. So that's going to start bringing this into play now. Like,
and
because from the start, she's got the potential. She was born with this potential. But is it something that is going to come out of her? Like, is this going to be something that's made?
There's always, I mean, whether or not, there's no truly good and there's no truly bad. They're just yin and yang. There's always going to be that. There's always going to be that conflict inside. Just depends on which one you're leaning toward more.
I forgot what I was going to say. Fuck.
Regina?
No.
Secret?
Never mind. Keep going. I'll remember it. Fuck, I gotta start writing shit down.
Or maybe Emma will be a hybrid. She'll be like the neutral.
Oh, yes.
A little bit of bad, a little bit of good.
The way Maleficent was talking about it, she said she's the product of true love, which makes me think that maybe most villains are also the product of true love, and just that passion and that raw emotion could really swing either way.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I don't know if Regina was a product of it. I don't know.
Regina.
This really starts putting our questioning Snow and Charming's motives this whole time. Like, now we're gonna have to go back and watch these flashbacks and see, like, with this prior knowledge of them being, on this quest to, like, do things with Maleficent, Cruella, like, to save everybody, to stop this curse or whatever. Like, what exactly told them in this? Because we know this is all before the curse went down. So it's right after their wedding. It's like, the first time we see Snow and Charming is at the wedding, and this is taking place
after the
instantly, right after this. So
it was after the honeymoon. It was after
we saw their honeymoon.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And he was like, I've never seen anyone want to leave their honeymoon so fast.
Yep.
But because I remember, the only thing I remember, or at least the first mention of the curse, was someone just bursting into the room and was like, Regina's got a curse. It's like, oh, okay, I guess this is happening now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember there ever being somebody actually found out. I just remember somebody going, there's a curse. What?
Well, Regina took it from Maleficent. It was in her all thing.
Yeah, and we saw that Maleficent had the orb in her staff this episode, so there's still a gap somewhere between when we saw them last episode and this episode of
the
some
orb
timeline.
didn't come from her staff.
The orb was sitting in her staff in this episode.
Yeah, but but
she had the red pinkish orb, was sitting in her staff. Last week, the week before episode 13, it was not in her staff.
Oh,
when she was fighting the demon.
So there's still some kind of a time gap there that we don't know exactly what the orb is. We don't know when she acquired it.
Got it.
Or even if it's relevant, we don't know. But it's just something we've noticed.
It was seemingly absent, and I feel like it's absent for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're going to get some kind of...
Probably is on purpose.
Yeah. So I feel like we're going to get some information on that coming up. But we spent a lot of time with Snow and Charming on a quest with Maleficent and Ursula and Cruella, and they're trying to, like, barter their way through a bridge to go to the town. It looked very much like the troll bridge that we've seen in the past.
Yeah, that wasn't.
It wasn't. It was not, but it seemed
all the
very
bridges
similar.
look the same.
Yeah. And they wouldn't let them pass, right? So Maleficent took things into her own hand and scorched them all down. And
I do want to point out, she's a dragon with wings. They could have flown there.
They could have.
And not had to
murder people. I don't think Maleficent wants anyone riding her.
I did think that too, but I was like, you can just pick him up like this and fly away.
Unless it's Princess Deadpool. He's up here.
Princess Deadpool. Almost forgot about Princess Deadpool. Very excited for. We know she's coming sometime this season. I'm very excited.
I mean, we see a lot of things like that don't make a lot of sense in this, like Maleficent. Yeah,
Princess Deadpool would not make any sense right here.
But we've also seen like Regina like teleport to places. So why is she riding her carriage around? It's like.
I guess
There's a little.
Maybe it takes too much magic.
Like
Maybe
no.
Too much.
And I know why she wouldn't fly them, because she's queen bitch, but it's like you could have flown instead of murdered some dudes. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Then it wouldn't be fun, would it?
I know. She wouldn't have had any fun.
You Killjoy.
Yeah. And then in present day, we see that Snow and Charming are kind of on this quest. They're keeping things from Emma. They're lying to her, all this stuff.
Liars. They are bad liars.
They are pretty terrible liars.
They are. What happened to her superpower? Did she lose it?
I know. Well, she said she thought that they were lying, but then she just decided to believe them. I'm like, you are stupid.
Yeah, I don't know how you could lie to Emma with her superpower.
I know. And this is like the 4th time it's happened in the last season.
Well, but it's her parents, and she's like wants to believe that they're not gonna lie to her.
But I feel like something.
Well, hold on. Didn't they say they were going on a hike?
Yes.
Did they go on a hike?
Kinda.
So were they lying?
Who goes hiking in a mine?
They didn't go on a hike. They went down a shaft.
And hiked through it.
That's spelunking. If they said they were going spelunking, then...
That would be rather suspicious.
We're going spelunking. I got my spelunking gear with me.
I don't know.
And is the mine technically a cave? Can they go cave diving?
Isn't that what spelunking is?
Yes, spelunking is cave diving.
Oh.
So.
I guess the mine ended in
they went, but it seemed like their whole "let's stop them" was just a big ploy of is what Cruella's plan. She said it's exactly what we wanted you to do because we needed your blood.
Yeah.
And ended up resurrecting Maleficent. So.
Okay, who thought that the little claw with the orb was actually like a pendant or something?
I thought it was my mind went to pendant because I literally have one exactly like that, but small.
I thought it was either a pendant or part of her staff.
Yeah. It was too big to be a pendant, too small to be part of her staff. So I didn't really know what it was.
Yeah. I don't know, it's just, to me, it leaves a lot of holes, like, you can't bring anyone back from the dead. Well, how did you bring her back from the dead? You know, we don't know exactly what that spell entailed, and if there was preparations done beforehand to ensure her survival. Like, we don't know exactly how that worked.
Or it might have something to do with the way how she died.
Yeah.
That also might have been part of how they could bring her back.
And we don't know the consequences of bringing her back. Because...
Yeah.
Wasn't there something where there was...
All magic has a price.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean,
so we don't know the price.
So it was brought back with their blood. It was the blood of the people who wronged her the most.
Which doesn't seem a steep enough price for such a big thing.
Yeah.
But
so
then again, the way
but it could be a curse or something. We don't know exactly what this is to Maleficent. If she was dead, because she didn't clearly die like anyone else. She was brought in as a dragon. She was killed as a dragon. She was brought back as a wraith. She was defeated as the wraith. She turned into a pile of ashes. She came back as a.
Like I said, it could have something to do with the way how she died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How they could bring her back.
Yeah. So. When they were like, oh, the person who wronged her the most, I was like, okay, so they betrayed her in her quest or whatever. But then the big bombshells dropped that Snow and Charming are the reason why Maleficent lost her child.
Yes.
Yeah, so lost her child. See, I like the way they used it, lost. That doesn't necessarily mean the kid's dead.
No. Can I tell you my crazy crackpot theory?
Oh, there's going to be all sorts of crazy crackpot theories.
Her daughter's Anastasia.
That would be amazing.
I think her daughter's Anastasia.
I think if we had heard... I think if Anastasia was going to be in this season, we would have heard by now.
Maybe she's not. Maybe this is a thing that carries over.
Could.
On her quest to find her daughter. It'd be the right...
I look at the way that the other seasons have kind of connected, and so far, season 3 is actually the one that's tied over, like, very unexpectedly. We didn't have any knowledge of. So season 3 into season 4, where it ended with the Frozen thing, right? There was no hints of Frozen anywhere, and it was just like, okay, there's an urn in the last episode, and it explodes, and there she is. So that was, like, the one time we have not had what carries over from the rest of the show. You know, the curse in the first season, then we had Neverland, you know, with I forget his name now. Begin with a G, I think. I don't know. The guy
Guido?
No.
Grumpy?
No. Regardless. Regardless, it doesn't matter. The guy in the hospital took the video, whatever. He ended up, you know.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and then that led over to, we're working for Peter Pan, and then brought into Neverland, and, you know, that kind of thing. Frozen was the first time that we had just completely out of left field.
Okay, Lee said we met her mother. No, that was her stepmother.
Yes.
That wasn't her real mother. That was her stepmother.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
even if it was her mother, like, she could have taken her in as a baby and not, no one would know the wiser.
Yeah, and we still don't 100% know for sure if Anastasia from Once Upon a Time in Wonderland is Cinderella's stepsister. We don't know that for a fact.
You don't know it.
No.
Like, it's
been implied.
It's been implied.
But nothing saying yes.
Yeah, and I know if anybody watching this podcast is going to be like, I was on the Once Upon a Time wiki. Yeah, they wrote it, whatever, but if you are watching in the context of the show, and anything the producers or cast or anything has said, nobody has actually said that she is. I've looked.
Yeah, I don't know.
In depth.
It's to the equivalent that Loki's staff is one of the
gems, yeah.
the Infinity Stones.
I wouldn't even go that far.
All
Yeah,
but
we
confirmed.
don't
I wouldn't go that far.
Like, nobody confirmed it, but everyone assumes that that's
I wouldn't
what
go that far. All they mentioned that Anastasia had a stepsister, and everybody started flipping out that, it's Cinderella.
So there's not as much evidence as there is in Marvel. I'm sorry.
They never really said that, you know.
I'm just saying.
True, that's
Cinderella's not the only person in the Enchanted Forest with stepsisters. Guaranteed. So,
guaranteed.
Just the fact that she had stepsisters did not instantly make her Cinderella's stepsister.
But
so,
if
I'm not saying it's not.
If it does turn out to be Anastasia, you know, Maleficent's daughter, that explains where she got her magic.
Yes. I'm not saying she's not, but there's still no evidence that she is. So, in my mind, Anastasia from Wonderland is not Cinderella's stepsister.
Yeah. And the more evidence presents, the more I
yeah.
I don't know. I never got the feeling.
Very gung-ho that was the case, but
yeah, which would be very interesting because of Will Scarlet's involvement in this episode, which my jaw hit the floor.
Mine too. I was like, ah.
When I saw Will,
it's been how long?
Hold on. When I saw Will in the beginning of this episode, he came in and he grabbed the coffee from Granny's diner. I was like, really? I go, what was the point of this? Just to piss off Maleficent and Cruella? I was like, I just got so aggravated that he was even in the episode because it's so much wasted potential. I was like, I love this character and you're just having him run errands now? Like, that's what he's down to? He was the best part about Once Upon a Time in Wonderland. And then all of a sudden, it's like coming toward the end of the episode and we're getting that voiceover montage and we see Belle in Rumple shop and then we see the knave walk in and like they're talking and I'm just like, oh, okay, so he needs her help with something, and then we see Rumple like watching through the window, and then all of a sudden we see Belle and Will Scarlet just like they start kissing. It's like, what just happened?
It's killing me because him and Anastasia literally had true love.
But it
is killing me not knowing what happened.
When she walked out of the frame and kind of walked away, I don't remember seeing Scarlet. So was it just an illusion that Rumple was having? Or was it, I don't...
No, I'm pretty sure he was there.
Yeah.
Because he could be going crazy. Actually, that would be a very interesting thing if he was just going crazy.
It would, but no, I see this being like something Will would do. Like I can see Will and Belle hooking up. I can see it.
Then something happened to Anastasia. There's something there that's happened.
It's
because even unless he took his heart out again, then he would do it. But once his heart's in,
I don't think he did.
If he took his heart out, I don't see him falling in love with Belle.
Well,
who said he was falling in love? Kissing someone is not necessarily being in love.
I'm gonna just back away from this one slowly.
No, but they smooch. That doesn't mean that they're in love. That means they're screwing around.
Or possibly, but we don't know what the extent is. Or or Rumple's going nuts, which would be a really good. That
would be great.
That would be an awesome turn for them. It was all in his mind. That would have been amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if they'll go that way, but that would be really cool because then he'd be like that. Going back almost to when he started being the Dark One, he was just nuts and paranoid and everything, and it was just 5 million things going on in his brain at once.
Yeah.
I'm not crazy. You're crazy.
Yeah. And
Especially you, Nappa.
so we see in the flashbacks with Snow and Charming when they get to the Tree of Wisdom. Was anybody hoping we were going to see Grandmother Willow?
No, I didn't think of that.
About that either.
Really? Because as soon as I was like, oh, Grandmother Willow, they're going to see Grandmother Willow. And then they got to the tree, and I'm like, this doesn't really look like a willow tree to me.
It's not a willow tree.
So I was really hoping.
You got Pocahontas in there.
Yeah.
No.
It seemed like it would have been the perfect tie over.
I also think that tree was really judgy. It's like, your baby
Really
has
judgy.
potential to be bad, well then I can't give you what you want. It's like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Be judgy, tree. Be judgy.
I thought it was
big
going to be
judgy
more
tree.
of... I thought it was going to be more of, oh, hey, there's only supposed to be 2 people involved, and there's technically 3. I thought that was going to be it, so I thought Snow
it
was going to be able to do it by herself, kind of thing.
Yeah, me too.
You know,
Yeah,
but...
I thought it was
Both
like,
hands.
oh, okay, there was 3 of them. Okay. And then when she said that, I was just like,
Yeah.
she has potential to be bad.
Hi, Maleficent. You're adorable.
I need to get the other one. The other one
So,
has...
Regina goes and apologizes to Marco, a.k.a. Geppetto. And
Yeah.
it was actually a pretty sincere apology.
Oh, it is.
And
She means it.
and I think Marco even believed that she meant it.
Because
Yeah.
she did.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, in his position,
Yeah.
he shouldn't care one way or the other. If she honestly meant it, I don't think he should care because of everything she's done in the past. But then when she seemed so sincere about it, because she was, but she just, you know, it was just, he was like, I kind of feel bad now. So he's like, look, here's everything that August had. Go take it. Maybe you could find some clues.
Yeah. I
So-
also think he felt guilty because he told her she didn't deserve happy endings.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I heard. I was like, oh.
Yeah, it was.
Oh.
I think it when
Here,
she really
take the knife.
apologized, he was
Just
like,
jab it right in the heart.
Mhm.
yeah, he was sort of like, I said a thing. Here, take this.
Yeah, right.
So I don't know. Henry's going through. He's looking through some stuff, and he comes across this picture of a door that says author with a question mark. And as soon as I saw that, all of a sudden I go, Mad Hatter. I started thinking of the Mad Hatter's portal room with all the doors. So,
Yep.
I mean,
Well, that was the door that opened in Arendelle.
it didn't look like the Arendelle
No.
door.
The Arendelle
No.
door blue.
No, the Arendelle door had blue runes and stuff
Mhm.
carved into it. This one had no blue
Well,
whatsoever.
I mean, those watercolor paintings are a little off
Yeah.
No.
color. So
But yeah, no, I remember we even went back and when the Mad Hatter and they showed there was doors to Oz. There was doors. I mean, because literally saw the Oz door.
hmm
Remember that.
So,
Oh,
really? Okay.
I mean, we haven't heard anything about Sebastian Stan. I know he's probably been really busy working on the Avengers, and yeah, I don't even know if he's in the Avengers, but
I don't know.
you know, I know Captain America 3. They haven't started it yet, so they could have gotten him back for an episode or two and squeeze out the Mad Hatter.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, they could have. I'd like to. I mean, that would be.
I will squee. You have no idea.
Yeah,
I
no.
I mean, his hair is still
love-
long, right? So he
I
could still play off the Hatter. The Hatter had long hair. I mean, whatever they do, hair is hair.
I
They can
loved
cut it.
that character. I absolutely loved that character, and then they.
Yeah, even if it's one episode, just I don't care. One episode, just bring that Mad Hatter back would be great.
He played it. He was amazing at it.
was.
He was amazing. And then when the curses lifted, he took his daughter and
Bye bye.
we don't know. But yeah, no, that if they did anything with the Mad Hatter, especially with Will Scarlet being there too. I mean, they had to have known each other at some point.
Mhm.
It would be amazing. I mean, I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. So we do know at some point we're getting adult August. Lee Silver is saying that we get him next episode. So.
Well, we already kind of knew that it was going to be flashbacks and stuff.
Yeah. Well, we don't know for sure if it's a flashback. We don't, because, like I said before, Blue Fairy could just be like, hey, turn him back and then turn him back to a kid. So there's a lot of possibilities. It doesn't necessarily have to be a flashback. It doesn't have to be. I'm not saying it's not going to be. It doesn't have to be. So yeah, we're gonna see August. I don't care in what capacity. I'm still looking forward to that because I loved August. August was another really cool character.
Yes,
it had so many really good characters in that first season. You know, Graham was not so interesting. He was like the only one that I really don't care about, and
I really liked Graham.
I liked Graham when they finally did his backstory. It was really good. August, I think they made it.
Graham,
it was too fast.
The part with Graham is I didn't realize that I actually missed the character until that random episode in season 2 when it was like
flashback.
When it was the flash. Greg Mendel, that was the guy I couldn't think of earlier in the show. Greg Mendel. When Greg had come and they did that whole flashback and they showed, you know, I can't think of the actor that plays Graham, whatever. Christian Grey. When Christian Grey came into
no.
that one episode is when I really realized that's when I realized how much I missed him.
Hashtag not my Christian.
So I don't know, because do you think that eliminates Graham from coming back because he's kind of blown up into this big, you know, popularity thing, or do you think we may see him at some point?
I know they've said that they would like to have him back and it's free to open, but how are they going to get around the part where, you know, Regina, like,
I'm just throwing this out there. 50 Shades of Grey is a story, so it could end up in Henry's book.
Oh God!
Oh no! Stop it! Stop!
Horrible.
Hasn't it ruined
and
enough?
Maleficent thinks you're horrible.
I am
Hasn't
horrible.
it ruined enough?
I am horrible.
I miss Anastasia.
Yeah. So outside of that, the other big thing was Hook. Right? Hook's kind of been letting on that he's known Ursula.
He knows. There's lots of sea witches. I know, really.
So
I don't know. There's something. Either
do you think they hooked up?
They might have.
Definitely. Okay, you want to know why I think they hooked up? Because when Ursula said hook and the two of them walked away, Cruella, like, touched just the way she touched Ursula was like a best friend. You did good. You didn't freak out. You did good.
I don't know.
Kind of a thing when you walk past your ex, you know? You did good.
Or maybe he seduced her to get his Jolly Roger out of some kind of jam, and then he...
Just to get his jollies.
Just to get his jollies.
For a second, I thought you were using Jolly Roger as a euphemism.
No. I could if I wanted. But no, I think he promised her, you know, something if he got her, you know, if she got him out of a jam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then he kind of up and left kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
So,
I know in the missing year, we found out that Hook sold his ship to Blackbeard, and there was that whole thing, and there may have been a run-in with Ursula somewhere in that missing year, but I feel like this goes before the missing year.
It might have been before the missing year. I mean, how could he not run into her? I mean, he ran into the mermaids. He ran in, you know, it was his boat.
During the missing year, he was so focused on getting Emma back. I don't think he had time for like a little side fling and be like, "Oh, Ursula, let's hook up while I'm trying to find Emma."
He didn't care.
So
it was in that time where, you know, he was a swashbuckling, dirty deed pirate.
Yeah, it was in that moment that Hook and Emma were talking, and Emma's like, "You know what? Just don't lie to me about it. Whatever happened. You don't even have to tell me. Just don't lie to me." And she's like, "I would understand," and like this whole dialogue goes back and forth. And Hook's like, "You know, why this change of attitude?" And she's like, "Look, my parents, like, I thought they were lying to me. They weren't." And
no, they were lying.
Well, she doesn't know that. And
yes, she did. She doesn't trust her own instincts anymore.
No, she's just like, yeah, if you know, they didn't lie to me, so I'm gonna believe in you because of that. And then we see, Charming and Snow at the door, and they're like, oh, this is a bad time to tell our daughter that we were lying to her. Huh. So, about that. We're just going to have to keep our mouth shut again.
Yeah.
But when that comes out, what is this going to do to Hook and Emma's relationship? Because she just got through saying that the fact that her parents are telling the truth are the groundworks for the reason why she's able to have this relationship.
Well, I think he wanted to tell her, but she's like, I don't want to know. So that'd be on her, not really on him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think he was willing to tell her.
Yeah, maybe.
It seemed like he was willing to tell her, but...
Yeah, but she didn't want to be like, you have to tell me now, huh?
Yeah, you have to tell me everything in your past.
She doesn't want to be like that.
No, I mean, people have things. People have things in their past. They just don't. I mean, look at Regina. She doesn't want Henry to know everything she did in her past because that's not who she is now.
Yeah. We have Danette Stone King. She says in chat, yeah, he got in trouble for lying to Emma before. You'd think he would learn. You would think.
But he didn't lie.
Okay. This is very lying about, which I'm like 99.9% positive they had a hookup. Lying about an ex is a little different than
hookup.
Lying about being in debt to Gold, and that was a whole big thing. Lying about a hookup is...
Stop using that term with him. I hate it.
I didn't even realize.
Well, it could go double ways. She is a fish.
He caught her hook, line, and sinker.
He caught her on the hook. He had her on the hook.
Lee in chat actually hates Captain Swan, and he wants this secret to destroy Emma and Hook.
It's not a secret. Why do people keep saying he wanted to tell her? He never lied to her. He just did it.
Yeah,
he never lied.
Secret and lie, it's the same thing.
He didn't lie to her. She knew something was going on. That's fine. And he was going to tell her. He never lied to her. He never said, oh, nothing's going on. He said he didn't know her.
To protect the secret, you kind of have to lie.
He said he knew her. The only people lying in this thing are the freaking Charmings.
But I mean, I wouldn't mind if Captain Swan ended, but I like that Emma's happy. And I don't hate Hook. I mean, I was very mad at him when he did the whole hand thing.
This whole show, as much as I love it, it irks me. Because when I find a villain that I really like, they stop making them be villains. Like, Regina is so much better as a villain than she is as a nice person. And yeah, it's nice to have the redemption or whatever, but she's just so good as the villain. Like, I'm so upset that we don't have her. The same goes for Hook. He's so sneaky and conniving that I enjoyed having him, as a villain. Rumple, right? Rumple has just been biding his time this whole time, but I liked him acting as the mysterious, I don't know what the hell's going on, instead of the, yeah, okay, let's do this kind of thing. Like, by implying that he's doing things was much better than actually showing Rumple doing things. So, I don't know. I don't like all the villains' redemptions. I don't. I just want a villain to stay a villain. Is that too much to ask?
I don't ever think Rumple ever was not a villain. He tried. Granted, he tried. He tried for Belle. But it's just too strong. And if they do make it so he's going crazy, I would love it. Absolutely love it.
Well, I mean, he is going crazy. He is paranoid. He's paranoid. There's a lot of things going
too much weed, man.
Wrong in his head.
Yeah.
Smoking that bad stuff, man.
He's tapping into his own supply.
He's got some bad stuff.
So before we get on to next episode, we need to speculate on Maleficent's Child. So, Clio, you said who did you think it was? Anastasia. Rachel?
I don't know. Maybe it's someone we haven't seen or haven't seen for a while.
Maybe it's somebody who you least expect.
Or maybe it's Cinderella.
No.
Because we don't know her mom. And she's good. if she came from evil, then she's good. You know, hey, could
One
be the
of-
opposite.
One of the big theories going around is actually something that Lee pointed out earlier in chat, and I'm trying to scroll up and find it now. He said, I think it was Lily.
Yeah.
And if you guys don't remember who Lily is, Lily was the girl that
Emma.
Emma was friends with, that we were speculating was Tiger Lily, right?
Which would have been awesome.
You know, she was the same age as Emma. This was right around the same time. If Maleficent was pregnant, you know, with a child.
You're right.
You know?
That's probably who it is.
So, that would be really, really cool. And apparently, I haven't read this far into the episode titles. Lee said, spoiler alert, one of the episodes are entitled Lily and Mother. So.
Huh.
Then again, you know, they never really did say who Tiger Lily's mom was in them. They always showed her dad, but you know, we never know. Who? Then that, you know, that gets to the point. Who's the daddy?
Who's the father?
Who's the daddy? Who's the baby daddy? Next on Maury. Or Dom's favorite, Jerry Springer.
Jerry.
I think Charming's the father.
Oh God, no! What if it's his twin brother?
Oh! King Stefan?
What was his brother's name? Anyways, I can't remember.
Douchebag.
Oh, yep, that was it. Nope.
Oh, King Stefan's in the next episode?
Damn,
Lee,
You're better than us at our job.
Well, we don't like to read too much.
I didn't read the synopsis yet. We haven't
read synopsises, and we don't really read ahead of time because we like to be surprised.
Yes. So the next episode is called Enter the Dragon. In order to infiltrate the Queens of Darkness as a spy for the heroes, Regina must prove she's willing to get her hands dirty. Meanwhile, Emma, David, and Mary Margaret scramble to keep tabs on their undercover operative. Hook requests an unusual favor from Belle as Henry makes progress on his search for the author. In Fairy Tale Land flashback, Regina befriends Maleficent and helps her rekindle her lost spark. So.
And James is the name of David's brother.
James.
Yes.
I wouldn't put it past him because wasn't James like kind of a playboy?
He was.
Yeah.
Hello. He was doing Jack.
Exactly.
Jacqueline.
Jacqueline. Yep.
And her beanstalk.
And her beanstalk.
They rode that beanstalk.
Well, yeah. There's that.
They rode the beanstalk. She rode the beanstalk.
Yeah, no, we're getting King Stefan next episode. I'm really hoping that we get to see more of Lily, because Lily was one of those characters that was like, are they just giving us a random character for once, or is this going to play into something? I remember us discussing this, and you know, this was at the beginning of the season, right? This was with the Snow Queen and all that, so...
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even like they set it up a season ago. It was set up this season, so there's still, like, room for it.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Seems plausible to me.
Yeah.
We also do know that we're getting,
We're getting a cat?
We're getting a cat.
Meow. Meow.
And we know we're getting the Wicked Witch. Rebecca Mader is coming back for that one episode. We don't know which episode.
Maybe the episode tells us who her father is. Because that just bugs me. Who did Regina's mom sleep with? Who Cora sleep with to have another kid? It's Rumple's.
Could be.
She was in love with him before she married the king.
So you guys have anything else for this episode?
Nope. Tapped out.
Princess Deadpool.
It's Princess Deadpool riding Maleficent.
Deadpool makes her appearance.
Of course.
So precious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think that about wraps things up here.
Yeah.
I'm really bad and forgot everybody's lower thirds because
What happens?
things
Who
happen.
cares?
So Clio, where can the people find you?
You can find me at Cliomoto on the socials and on Twitch at the Cliomoto. If you go to Twitch in like 10 minutes, I'll probably be there streaming dumb anime games.
Rachel, where can the people find you?
You can find me at Savannah17 on Twitter. It's going to be down there somewhere. See? Right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I should make one for... make a Twitter for Princess Deadpool. Right, in Maleficent.
Deadpool needs a Twitter.
I think Princess Deadpool needs a Twitter.
I
don't know what he would say, but...
You can also find me here, over my face, at Phenomedom, PHENOMEDOM.
Phenomenon.
Dun, 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 dun.
You can also find us on Facebook, Gmail, G+, Twitter, and right here on YouTube at /ASO.
Stop putting those in front of the camera.
Go get them at the store.
At /ASOTV podcast for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows. And until next week.
I'm not crazy, Nappa!
I see much evil in you.
We'll see you later.
Bye.
I was like, I don't have anything to hold up.
I got a cat.
I got a cat. It's okay.
What would Princess Deadpool say?